Mermaid hair, mermaid hair. It's a whole vibe. And there are a lot of celebrities right now who are living for it. This look is everywhere. I don't think I've seen a look this done by everyone in a long, long time. If you watch my 2023 haircut trends video, you will see that shags, texture, and more disheveled looks are all the rage right now. And the mermaid wave is the perfect way to create texture without the perfection that curls often bring. It's a feminine look, but it's also a little bit bedheady, which is interesting and totally current. And I think that's why so many people are loving it right now. Because I'm seeing it everywhere, I wanted to test out this 3-barrel iron for you guys and let you know if it's worth getting or not. I bought the Amika High Tide Deep Wave Hair Crimper. Why did I choose this one out of all the billions of hair wavers that are available on the market? Well, I chose it because I was at Cosmoprof the other day, which is the hairdressing supply store, and I happened to see it. It was right there, so that's the one I bought. That's the one I bought. But there are some that are a lot more affordable than the one that I bought. Since I get a hairdresser discount, it obviously wasn't that much money. But if you guys want this look, you want to get this iron, definitely shop around. Go look on Amazon because there are tons available at a much more affordable price point that seem to work just as well. Let's go. Okay, I've used this a few times, and the first few times, truthfully, I really didn't like how it looked for a few reasons. So I'm going to teach you a few things that I have learned along this deep waver journey. The first thing, if your hair has texture like mine, you want to start with it blown out. Like any other hot tool, this looks better done on hair that is smooth to begin with. I blew my hair out with my Dyson paddle brush because I just wanted it straight and not necessarily full of volume. This tool gives you loads of volume anyway, so you don't have to round brush it and like blow it out with a blowout brush, add Velcro rollers, and do all of those things if you don't want to. The next thing that you really need to do is add a heat protector of your choice. This tool is hot. If you want it to form defined waves on your hair, you really do have to set it to a pretty hot temperature or it just won't do anything. If you have fine hair like me, then that's kind of scary, right? That's kind of scary. I posted a reel about this, and I even had someone on Instagram DM me and tell me that her waver ruined her hair because it was so hot. And I can totally see how that would happen. I can see how that would happen. You have to set this at a very high temperature for it to work. But very high temperatures with fine hair, they don't always go together, right? They don't always go together. And by don't always, I mean never. They never go together. So a way to get around that is obviously to use a heat protector. The heat protector I'm using is by a Korean company called Adore. It's spelled Lador, but it's pronounced Adore. I like this one because you can use it on wet or dry hair and it's weightless, so it doesn't cause like a weird stickiness or grit that a lot of thermal protector sprays do. The brand is actually super cool. I'm going to talk more about them in an upcoming video, so stay tuned for that. After that, I started at the bottom of my hair and I worked my way up as I always do when I'm heat styling. Here is a big tip for you. You want to line up the waves with the iron. You want to clamp the iron on the section you're working on, and when you open the iron, you're going to notice that there are 3 waves. You then move the iron down so that the last wave sits on the first barrel, and you clamp down again. Then you open the barrel up again and move down again to line it up, and then you clamp. This is going to give you perfect waves. If you don't do it this way, your end result will be too crimpy. It's gonna look outdated, and it will, but it's also going to look fuzzy, and that's the reason why I didn't like this tool at all the first 2 times I used it. So yesterday when I was on Instagram, I got asked this question a few times, and again, it's about the fuzziness of this look. This can get very fuzzy. Even if you line up the barrels, it'll get less fuzzy, but it will still get fuzzy. So I was answering this question on my stories yesterday, so I'm going to show you that clip from my stories right now.
Now, if you feel like it looks a little too fluffy, you can just grab like a cream product like KMS Tame Frizz, or you can grab an oil product like a Moroccan oil, and you can just run your hands through it with the cream, and this will start to separate the waves a little bit, so it's less like fluffy and a little bit more defined.
Let's do our pros and cons, because that's what we always do on this series. So the first pro is that it is easy to use and it is very fast to use. If you're someone that is not very good at doing your own hair, or you like can't get control of a curling wand or a curling iron, you're just not good at it, I really do think you'll be able to use this. The second pro is that it works. It definitely works very well. It's an effective hot tool. You do need to use a higher heat on it, which isn't the best thing, but it does give you the look that you want. The next pro is that it has this like bedhead beachy vibe that's super cool and youthful. It's also very, very trendy. It's kind of this vibe where you get enough texture in your hair that you look, I don't know, modern and fun, but it's not like perfect or too styled. So a lot of girls, especially like young girls, they love that vibe. They love that like youthful, modern, like I'm not trying too hard vibe. And that's exactly what this gives you. And it gives it to you fast and effectively. So those are all really great things, but there are always cons, right? There are always cons to every single darn thing. The first con is that your hair has to be smooth. If you have naturally wavy or curly hair, I don't think it looks that good if you put it on top of that. You really do need to kind of blow your hair out smooth first. The next con is that you have to line it up properly or it's too crimpy, and there is a little bit of a learning curve. Even for me, who's very experienced in hair and makeup, even for me, I found that the first 2 times I did it, it was too crimpy. It looked weird. There's going to be a little bit of play with temperature, a little bit of play with lining things up before you kind of master it. So the first few times that you do it, don't do it like right before going to an event or a night out or something super special. Do it when you're like around your house or you're going to work and it doesn't matter too much, because you may have to use it a few times before kind of getting the vibe that you want. The next con is that it has to be hot to work, so it can be damaging on fine hair. Make sure to use a heat protector. It doesn't have to be the one I'm using, but use a heat protector with this tool, because I could see it damaging your hair quite a bit if you do it all the time and your hair is very fine. It is a hot tool. It has to be hot for it to work, and that could, you know, go south real fast. Overall, this is a really cool tool. I like it. If you like the style, I definitely recommend getting it. I think it's young and fun for sure. Let me know in the comments what you think, and if this is a hit or a miss for you. Would you wear your hair like this? Would you? Another really viral tool that everyone is talking about right now is the Shark Flex Style Transforming Blow Dryer, and I did a video just like this about that product too. So I suggest that you watch that one next, because this video is over.